in relationship, I would say that I could identify four main problems that we can have. Doesn't mean that we all have that. But one of them is entanglements. We can have entanglements that, shamanically speaking, are like energy cords between us and our beloved, but it can also be between us and ex-lovers or family members or friends or colleagues. And these entanglements are kind of there unconsciously, and we're not so aware of them. We become aware of them when it bothers us a little bit, but we don't really know what that is. And usually it's a feeling of like, why does this person always get to me in this way? Why is it that this energy is much stronger than it really should be? This is just my colleague, or it's my mom, and I'm a grown man. Why should this happen? Yeah. So entanglements can happen, but the good news is they're not that hard to disentangle. At the beginning, I always like to make an agreement with everyone who's present and everyone who's watching online. And that is that we're all sovereign beings, that we're all adults and self-responsible. And that means to me that I'm in front of you simply as a man, sharing my experiences and sharing the knowledge that I found, and that has worked for me. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it works in the same way for you. So I'm agreeing with you that you will work with this information in your own way and connect with your own inner wisdom to determine which of these practices and in what way they're going to work best for you. Can we agree on that with a show of hands? Yes. Very good. Thank you. So I assume by continuing to watch this that you're agreeing. So I invite you right now to just close your eyes, if you will, and take a deep breath. Connecting with the earth, connecting with the sun, connecting with our own heart. And really enjoying that presence of ourselves. Great. And I invite you to make an intention. And intentions in this kind of very present state are very powerful. They can actually entice parts of you that are unconscious to reveal something that we weren't aware of before. So I invite you to make an intention that your unconscious will bring up the picture of somebody that you might be entangled with some form or other of energetic cords that don't really need to be there, but somehow they are. Do you have someone? Is somebody popping up for you? It's usually someone who you're wondering, why do they always get to you? Why do they easily upset you? Or just a word, or not even, maybe just the thought. It's usually an indication that you have some kind of cord going there that is above and beyond just unconditional love, or some kind of love connection, or familiar love connection, or romantic love connection. It is also, by the way, something that in our society we sometimes mistake for love. Whereas it's beautiful to discover that the love that remains after disentangling is much more free. It allows for mutual independence. And it allows for a much higher polarization, much higher magnetism. So if someone has popped up for you, you can also take some example where you say, well, probably there's an entanglement here. It's not going to harm anyone to do this exercise. I invite you to picture that being, that person, kind of like 2 meters, 3 meters in front of you in your meditative space. And this person is just there. And if there are any cords there, there might be your own cords reaching out for them as well. I invite you to say to yourself in your meditative space, I unhook my energies from this being. I consciously unhook my energies from this being and just visualize kind of like an energetic straw or an energetic cord. It has these little hooks that are now unhooking and releasing their grip or their connection. And just imagine some golden healing light covering the area where the hooks were, and it healing over very quickly. And invite you now to say in your own meditative space to yourself, I now draw back and call back all my energies from this being that are my own energies. Yeah. And now I invite you to unhook any energies that might be hooking into you from the other being, anywhere on your body, and command these energies to unhook and detach from your energy, allowing some golden healing light onto their energy and your energy field. And just say into your space, I now unhook any energies that are not of my own organic signature from my energy field and send them back to that being. And I invite you to visualize that energy kind of recoiling and going back and integrating back into that other being. I now send back any energies that are not of my own organic signature back to this being, if it is from that being, or else to wherever it came from. Take a deep breath into that and just sort of feel that state. And just see the other being as independent, with their own strength, not needing to hook into you, you not needing to hook into them. And picture them with their own roots into the ground, into the earth, getting their own life force every day, and having their own roots, their own strength, standing on their own 2 feet. And I invite you to picture the same for yourself. Looking down, seeing beautiful earth energy rising up through your feet and into your root center, and you standing on the earth on your own 2 feet. in your own strength, in your full independence. And now invite you to see the arms of the other being stretched out into the air like branches and reaching out up into the sky, connecting with the cosmic energy. And lots of branches going up into the sky towards the sun, connecting with golden consciousness energy, having their own consciousness, their own mind, their own thoughts, their own opinions, their own beliefs, their own knowing. And that's all right. And now I invite you to picture your own arms in the air, like golden branches reaching up into the sky, connecting with the sun, connecting with the golden consciousness energy, having your own consciousness, not being overshadowed by anyone, having your own mind, your own knowing. And in your heart, connecting to your inner wisdom, completely independent. And with this independence of yours and the independence of the other being, I invite you to really sense that the love remains. The love that is unconditional and that is shared between you remains, of whatever nature that is. Maybe it's just respect. Maybe it's a colleague that you respect. Maybe it's a beloved that you love, a friend that you cherish. All of that can remain. And if this has been going on for a while, then the expectation is that you might want to do this every now and again for a few weeks to really establish and overwrite this old habit, this old habit, and to create a new habit, a consciousness of independence for you and for the other. And I invite you to take a deep breath into that. And one more time. Oh. And in your own time, slowly open your eyes.